What's going on, guys? Today I have a pretty cool video on this 2008 through 2009 Gemmy life-size skeleton Butler. Now, this was sold at two places. It was sold at Target and it was sold at Buy Costumes. I'm 90% sure this is the Target model because those models are probably just a lot more common because not a lot of people would probably just go on Buy Costumes just to get this. You know, it's more likely the guy I got this from, he walked into Target and saw it and bought it, but I got this locally, and I got it a lot with a few other things. I got a 2008 Gemmy life-size Jason Voorhees with this guy, which I've sold already. I got a beheaded bride, which needs a piece for the eyes. It broke, but I do have a video on that. And I also got the Gemmy posable skeleton, which I traded, but I don't have any plans to get rid of this guy because I do remember going into Target when he was sold at Target and seeing him there and being absolutely terrified. But I was little back then, so just about any Halloween life size would freak me out. Now, I have had this guy for a while. He was in my Halloween display, and I haven't done a video on him just because he needed repairs. And the guy who I got this from, he used all his life sizes outside like all month long. So this is in really good shape for what it's been through. The main issue with it was this candelabra right here. It was just completely snapped, and you can kind of tell it's not really original looking. I mean, from back here, you can't tell, but when you get up close, you can tell it's not original because you can see the kind of the places where I glued it, and it just doesn't match. Now, when I got this, I guess it fell over in the wind outside or something, and the candelabra was completely snapped. All the wires were ripped apart. The middle was completely missing, so I had to make a new middle piece right here out of PVC. And luckily it still had the bottom and top, which are really the main pieces of it. I just needed to make another part to connect them, but yeah, all the wires for the LEDs were also ripped off, which this thing has a lot of wires in there for those 5 LEDs, but I got it working again now. I did mess up a little bit, and I accidentally glued this part on, I guess not in the right direction. It should be, I guess, pointing back towards his backside, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I don't know how it's originally supposed to go, but I know for it to match the top, it would have to be pointing in the opposite direction. Now, since I had to redo this, I did modify it a little bit. I think my candelabra stands a little bit taller than what the normal one would, and I put it at a little more of an angle so that the blue lights kind of shine up in his face a little bit better. And I think it turned out really good, because if you stand back here, you can't really notice. But yeah, pretty happy to have this guy. It's a pretty unique piece. There's not many life sizes that have the lighted feature with the candelabra, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, the setup for this guy is pretty unique as well. The adapter plugs into his head, and there's a cord right here that goes from his neck turning mechanism up to his head. Oh, the cord's right here. So the neck turning mechanism is actually getting power from his head, and I just thought that was kind of interesting. But without further ado, I guess I'll go ahead and demo him. Find the switch. His jaw is definitely a little bit noisy. Not much I can do about that. Maybe I could put a little bit of padding in there, but I really don't want to ruin the look of it. And the neck mechanism is also a little bit noisy, so there could be a gear starting to split in there or something, but it doesn't really bother me right now. Alright, so there he is, and I guess I'll go ahead and shut the lights off and show him to you guys in the dark.
It's